So hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and finally I'm going to drive the all-new Hyundai Tucson, and not just one of them. I'll be driving both variants, the diesel and gas. So this is probably an exclusive review of the Tucsons, I must say, because this will be the first comparison of the gas and diesel out there in YouTube. Here in the Philippines, I just assume, because I actually drove them already and I had no scripts for both of them whatsoever. So I was only provided a spec sheet. So I'd like to thank Miss Cheryl Manillas and Hyundai Alabang for making these reviews possible. So the biggest differences between the gas and the diesel model, on the exterior wise only, are the wheels. The diesel gets 19-inch. The gas only has 18-inch alloy wheels. And the other major difference only in the exterior, the diesel has a 2-liter D badge here in the rear. The gas is just plain. Actually, when I did my walk-around review with the Hyundai Tucson gas brand, I thought I was reviewing the diesel model. But the dead giveaway, which I found out immediately, that the gas does not have a power tailgate. This diesel does have a power tailgate. It is quite slow, but hey, at least there is. And then same mechanisms inside to fold down the seats, same space as well. Very easy to fold down the seats, just pull these levers here, and then you have 1,096 liters of space. But still with the seats up, it's still spacious enough, and you have one light on the left side and one 12-volt socket only. Same with both variants, by the way. So actually the biggest differences as well between both Tucson and gas variants is this. So this is the biggest difference of both variants of the Tucsons. This one, the diesel, is powered by a 2.2-liter turbocharged Smart Stream diesel 4-cylinder engine that produces 186 horsepower and 416 Newton meters of torque. Unlike the gas variant, this one is powered by a shift-by-wire 8-speed automatic transmission. And then for the gas variant, it's a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine that produces 156 horsepower and 192 Newton meters of torque. And as well, that one is mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. This acceleration of the diesel 0 to 100 kilometers per hour is done in 9.2 seconds. And then if you get the all-wheel drive, which is not available here in our market, by the way, it is 9.4 seconds. So this is actually the fastest Tucson variant here in the Philippines. And as for the gas variant, it is actually just only 2 seconds slower at 11.4 seconds. That's about it here in the exterior and the engines of both Hyundai Tucsons. I'll show you the interior. And this is the other thing I don't like with all the new Hyundais now, just being honest. To close the bonnet, you really have to slam it. Sounds nice though, at least. Actually, before we continue on with the review and the interior of this Hyundai Tucson diesel variant, I wish I would like to say a word from today's sponsor, but not yet. That will happen again soon. But I would like to thank all of your support for 3,000 subscribers. I just hit that actually today at this time of filming. And as well, I'd like to give a very big shout out to Chong Ryan. He also became one of my biggest fans ever on my channel. Kudos to you, sir, and thank you again for all of your support, and to all my 3,000 subscribers. So with that, let's continue on with the review. So this is the interior of the all-new Hyundai Tucson diesel. I also have a walk-around review of the gas variant. Link of that will be in the description down below. So biggest differences here only in the interior. 2 cup holders here, they fit. And you notice straight away, where's the gear lever? This does not have it. Since being a shift-by-wire system, this does not have a traditional gear lever. This gear lever is powered by buttons. So it's very similar to a Japanese crossover. Straight away, I found this easy to use since I drove this already. But wherever the gas gear lever or the diesel's buttons, either way, I'm happy. And then same cubby space here with phones. You can fit 2 of them or even 3. If it's the same size as this, a Vivo Y11. Then shut the door. And then here in the door, exactly the same materials between both variants. Fit my water jug. It has to lie down but still fits. Glove box. Okay, still the same with the gas variant. And then center console box. Okay, that's pretty deep. Oh, okay, you can fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can fit almost 600 ml water jugs. Okay. And as well, another major difference which I am bummed out that the gasoline variant does not have. This one has aluminum paddle shifters. But at least like both variants, even the gas, I was expecting the gas, since that's the base model, I guess, for that to have less features and fewer fancy things. But no, both variants still get a 8-inch infotainment system that has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Reverse camera for both variants, by the way, is not the best, not the worst either, but it's decent enough at least. And then you have a 10.25-inch Supervision digital instrument cluster for both variants as well. They look like mini TV or small tablets that have been stuck on the dashboard. I have my thoughts on that. Stay tuned. We're almost there for the drive. So, exactly the same here throughout the cabin. That's the only major differences only between the gas and the diesel. And as well, space in the back, exactly the same. Just show here of me in the gas Tucson. So, that's about it here in the Tucson diesel, since I covered the gas already. So with that let's go on with the dive. Starting off with this diesel variant. So it feels a bit weird driving the Tucson from the gas because it doesn't have a gear lever. And remember, as I said, this is mated to an 8-speed shift-by-wire system compared to the traditional 6-speed automatic transmission of the gas variant. So first impressions, just in eco mode, the steering feels really light, but there's some nice weight to it. So I'll try sport mode, don't worry guys, in a bit. And then here, like both Tucsons, you won't have an issue with ground clearance. And I really can tell this feels really, really torquey. I've not stepped on the throttle yet, and the car's just moving so ever so slightly forward than how I want to. And that's what I noticed. This is still telescopic steering, but look how heavy it is. The up and down motion, I mean the forward, backward, okay, easy. And then as well, the digital supervision cluster here. Yeah, it looks like a tablet or mini TV here only in the dashboard. I thought it might get in the way, unlike some of a French automaker. But no, surprisingly, whatever adjustment you'll do with this thing, it won't impede your vision. Okay, so far so good. And at low speeds, unlike some of its competition, I noticed the engine is not as loud as like a conventional diesel engine. Actually, it's pretty quiet in here. I'm impressed. Then body lean, okay, there is, but it's alright. Wait, we're gonna fly. And here's sport mode. Oh my god. Wow. Oh, that's really, really torquey. Okay, shifts up and down pretty quick. And I noticed it won't automatically upshift. Alright, good job. I'll just leave it in normal mode. Okay, being the diesel engine, of course, this is the trademark of the Tucson. It is pretty punchy, and as you saw earlier, wow, that's really, really good. This is why I wanted to drive the gas as well in the first place, to see if it's a worthy alternative compared to this diesel variant. And then here, normal mode. Okay, just slight delay, but oh my god, sport mode's the best. Oh my god, that response way, way better. And then here, handling. Oh yes, sport mode is more like it. The steering weight up a lot. I mean, like, it's heavy now. It feels like your usual PPV rather than a crossover. Wow, this thing's nuts. And I'm surprised for this Tucson to have paddle shifters. And as I said earlier, sadly the gasoline variant does not have this at all. Wow, this thing's nuts to drive. I love it. Oh, okay, normal. It feels just a little bit lighter than sport mode, but yeah, eco's the lightest of all the modes. And by the way, there are 4 driving modes, like the Hyundai Creta GLS. Also have a review of that. Link of that will be in the description down below. For eco, yeah, it's the lightest among the 3. And then you have smart mode, which kinda is customizable. It sets the balance between all the driving modes. Wow. And surprisingly, at higher speeds, there's not much tire noise. I'm actually impressed. You can hear it, but it's not as loud as some of the crossovers I've tried out on my channel. And yet, this would be very, very fun to drive up in the twisties. It is so good. Yeah, there's a bit of a delay still with the transmission, even though you're in a sport mode. But sport mode just goes. Simple as that. So as well, being the diesel variant, well, this is only the first test drive of today. It's been averaging 14 liters per 100 kilometers. That's 7.1 kilometers per liter. Exactly the same as the Creta. But take note, this was a very short driving route only, and I've been flooring it most of the time. Sheesh. This thing's nuts. Right. So, I've driven the Tucson diesel. Let's head back to Hyundai Alabang showroom. And this is where I'm actually excited for. Let's try out the gasoline variant. So here now in the Tucson gas variant, I noticed something immediately. Straight away, the reverse camera I activated to do my shot, of course. But right now, moving forward, the reverse camera is still activated. So it's kind of like 80-60 degree camera where it will shut down around 20 to 30 kilometers per hour. That's actually a nice feature. So in case you forgot something, like a bag or a suitcase from a hotel, and then you see it in your camera. Okay, I find that very handy. So, first impressions immediately with the Tucson gas. Startup is really quiet. But I gotta say, with the Tucson diesel, it is not bad. The NVH, where the diesel is kinda noisy, like usual, but it's not as loud as you think. Kinda like a German European NVH level. I mean, same with this too, but I noticed this gas variant is kinda quieter. And why I wanted to drive this in the first place, because this could be my ideal Tucson. And since I wanted the gas variant anyway. And as well, let's not forget, I drove a 2016 Hyundai Tucson GL. Shout out to Ate Nia. I have a review of that as well. Link of that will be in the description down below. I even forgot to mention that compared with the 2016 and the 2022 model, there is night and day difference. The driving dynamics feel a little bit similar, but the new one trumps it up ever so slightly better only. Now for this gas variant, this is around, excuse me, they don't give the exact weight figures, but it's here anyway. So I assume this is around like a dry to curb weight figures. So between both, this weighs 135 to 168 kilograms less than the diesel variant. And unlike the diesel model, this does not, oh wait, never mind, it has drive mode, but it does not have smart mode. And then here's sport mode. Explore it. Ooh. Oh wow. One thing I don't like, being honest, no paddle shifters. I wish they kept that here. Okay, eco mode. Yeah, there's that delay now, but sport mode's not bad. Okay. Yeah, despite the figures I've told you earlier, since this only goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 11.4 seconds, 2 seconds less than the diesel variant. But this one's not bad. I like this. And here you go, I'm gonna try it again. Yeah, the delay is noticeable. Then of course, normal mode will be the best. Okay, so it's less laggy now compared to eco mode. Leave it in sport mode. And then like the 8-speed of the diesel, it shifts up and down pretty quickly. And yeah, that's the drawback though with this 6-speed automatic. The gearing is quite long. The 8-speed, you can shift up and down, you can play whatever gear you want in a twisty road like this. And this is the other thing. Even though this is slower in a straight line and it's not as spongy as the diesel variant, this feels little bit more fun to throw around in twisty roads. And the steering feel is exactly the same. Eco, normal, sport, like in the diesel, is exactly the same. However, as I said earlier, this gas is much lighter on its feet. And yet it only has 30 horsepower less and almost 200 newton meters less torque as well. But given the weight deduction of this gas variant, this one's not too bad. So I also asked Miss Cheryl with her inquiries of customers who checked out both diesel and gas variants of the Tucson. They like both. Oh, that's so good. That's so linear. Wow. Wow. I love this. This gas Tucson, to be honest, exceeded all of my expectations. And here's the other good thing as well with this gas variant. This only costs 1,570,000 pesos, which is 270,000 pesos cheaper than the diesel variant. Now, let's not take this away from the diesel. I love both Tucsons, gas and diesel. If you have the money for both, get both if you want. But for me, personally, being honest, I take the gas. It kind of ticks all the boxes. I mean, you still get the supervision display, still get the Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Everything is complete here, apart from paddle shifters. It's just a nitpick, relax. And as well, being the lighter car and the less powerful Tucson as well, you expect this fuel economy not to be good since it's the gas variant and then a big crossover. No, it's not. In my driving alone, I've been averaging 15 liters per 100 kilometers. Not too far off from the diesel variant. Let's try it one more time. Wow, you get... Wow! I didn't expect this at all. You get high speeds pretty quickly. Not as fast as the diesel, as I said. But you'll get there. Not eventually, you'll get there really quick as well. So, summary, you want the gas, save money, no problem. But if you have the 270,000 pesos extra, get the diesel. Simple as that. So, that concludes probably the first ever review of both Tucson variants ever in the Philippines. I assume only because I have not made a script for this guys whatsoever. So it is just a little first dive impressions for both. So, 14.7 liters per 100 kilometers. So it's getting lower and lower. So it can compete with the diesel variant in terms of fuel economy. Not too bad. Unless you're in traffic. Yeah, so what an honor to drive both Tucson variants. There'll be one more Hyundai review coming from Hyundai Alabang. So I'd like to thank them and Miss Cheryl over here for making this review possible. And she's the one who also assisted me in the Hyundai Creta GLS Limited Red review. Check that out again in the description down below. So, hope you guys like and subscribe. And I will see you with more future car reviews. To the point, I did make a script. By the way, the suspension of both are firm but very much tolerable. That's my final thoughts. Bye-bye.